Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Musical, lyrical lingo. Every episode a new bingo. Laugh and sing, go with the flow. Tune in as the memories grow.
Hello and welcome to Musical Lyrical Lingo. We're your hosts, Tim
and LJ. Today and every week we will be discussing musicals, but specifically what they taught us. Really don't like it. Really don't like it.
You looked like you were about to do something. What were you going to do?
No, I was like shuddering. Is that the right word?
Did you know I was going to let out my evil laugh?
No, I'm just actually preparing myself for today.
This episode. These are like your favourite episodes every year, aren't they? You know, come Halloween, you're going to have the heebie-jeebies.
I just hate it. I don't hate Halloween. I don't like deliberately being scared or feeling uncomfortable or uneasy. Okay. So I won't watch scary films or I won't watch anything that makes me feel uncomfortable.
So you've never watched a scary film?
No, I have.
Yeah.
I have then not slept for a week.
Yeah.
Or I remember going and seeing House on the Haunted Hill or some film like that.
Yeah. At the cinema?
At the cinema.
You went to see a scary movie at the cinema?
My lovely friends just said we're going to the cinema and I show up and that's what was being shown. Like there was no other option.
Okay.
Because I knew I wouldn't have come if and then I had to get my mum to sleep with me for a week. And I'm not joking, I was 13. And that still scared me.
That's brilliant.
Like when we were on holiday in America and we did the backlot tour and there's
the what tour?
The backlot tour.
Backlot?
Yes, so you're on the sets in Universal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They have like somebody dressed up. Now, I understand. I'm from the world of drama and acting and performances. They had somebody dressed up as the man from Psycho.
Okay, yeah.
And he followed. I'm in this like bus. I'm in a bus. He walked and he followed and I was petrified. I was nearly climbing out that window.
Yeah.
I just don't like to see Fright Nights and all those things. No,
yes,
thank you.
Funny you just mentioned Fright Nights because I was going to bring it up. Like people who go to those, I just don't understand their rationale whatsoever. Like, I want to know first of all, for a performer, that must be one of the worst gigs to have to do. Like,
I don't know.
It must be horrendous having to frighten people. But also, I want to know how many performers have been like hurt in the process of being.
Yeah, trying to scare other people.
To. Because honestly, if I was to go on one of those Fright Nights, I'd lash out. I think I'd 100%. Slap or punch or something.
Yeah, I've done the London Dungeons and I did it once with a drama group, and I walked behind somebody and pushed them. Like it was awful, awful. Some of my students actually are going on a local Fright Night next week and they were like, please come. I was like, I can't. Like, no. I actually can't. And it's so strange because my daughter loves Halloween and scary movies. So does my husband.
I was going to say, but because Aaron would remind me of someone who would, like, I don't know what that means.
He reminds me of scary.
I could imagine, like, Aaron, like, enjoying a scary movie.
Yeah, loves him. And so does CJ. Absolutely loves him.
You see, I knew there was something about your there's another wee side to her, isn't there?
She just likes, slasher movies, like the screams and all.
She's 13?
I know.
14 in 14 days, as she told me tonight.
But, well, my son doesn't really. He's starting to say, like, oh, no, I might be able to watch it. And I'm like, no, sweetheart, you're me. Yeah. Like, you're literally me. I know.
You're begging, please don't watch it.
Usually
Let there be someone else in this family.
Like, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, he loves Little Shop.
He loves Little Shop. So
yes, and to be fair, Little Shop is the closest I would probably get to a horror movie.
Yes.
Like I famously did. I think I've told the story before. Like when I tell this story, people think I'm like fibbing.
Right.
But genuinely, I went to see Men in Black in the cinema and I screamed and jumped so high that I was nearly in the row behind me. Do you know? And I promise you that's no word of a lie. Like mortified.
Yeah.
So
And the thing is, we like what we like. It's okay just to stick with it. And I just don't like anything that makes me feel uncomfortable or uneasy. And Halloween musicals make me feel uneasy.
I'm worried because I might be going away over half term. And I'm worried I'm going to be made to watch these like 20 days later. Have you heard of 20 days
28 days
28
later?
days later, things like that. And I can't do it.
No.
Like a pillow isn't enough for me to hide behind. I'd be hiding behind the sofa.
See, those things there are like zombies and things like that.
But that's even worse for me.
Right, okay, so you really don't like... I could deal with things like that a little bit more than I can deal with somebody wants to murder you and they're going to jump out and there's going to be like a ghost or...
Yeah.
I think because I really like to know and plan things, it's the fear of the unknown that I don't like.
Yeah.
So I don't like that anticipation.
Like these scary movies that are also like part scary but also part ridiculous, like funny comedy type movies, I can't cope with them either.
Yeah. No, I'm just...
So why do we decide every year to do a Halloween musical lyrical lingo?
Well, I mean, over the last couple of years have been really nice. Rocky Horror, Addams Family.
Well, yeah, because we picked all the nice ones first that genuinely don't give you the heebie-jeebies, but we've now reached the stage where we're going to have to tick your 5.
I know.
Off. What? And I still don't know your 5.
No.
I'm aware of a few now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know.
Will I be surprised by the remainder of the 5 musicals that you just can't deal with?
So
will I be surprised?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Or like maybe as it goes on, you're probably
so
like
we know so far that Sweeney Todd is in that list.
Yeah.
That's the one we've covered on the pod so far, isn't it? That's the only one.
That's the only one we've covered.
Right. So now,
and we know that Evita does make me feel uneasy.
But it's not one of your 5, is it?
No, it's not one of my 5, but it would be in my top 10.
Okay, right. Okay, that'll be the next Lauren's top 10 musicals that make her feel uncomfortable. That's some episode, isn't it? Okay, so then today's Halloween musical special is number 2 or the second one on your list. Okay, so we have another 3 to work out.
So
yeah,
I think you will be surprised. But
and have you ever seen today's musical?
Not the musical,
but you've seen the film.
I've seen the film.
Okay,
again was watched.
So I haven't seen the film, but I've seen the musical.
Okay,
yeah,
so that's kind of
good. So this will be interesting. Yeah.
Well, this is a Halloween episode.
So prepare yourself.
So prepare, if you're a bit like me, maybe hide. But also, I'm going to start this off by asking you some Halloween questions.
But I'm rubbish at Halloween questions.
Well, I just thought it would be a really good quiz.
Other than, have you ever dressed up for Halloween? Yes.
Well, yes, you do love a good dress up.
Once upon a time, yeah, not anymore. I'm getting awful old.
No.
I'm an old fart now.
And do you know what? It's really funny, like listening to my kids who are at that age where they do really like Halloween and they enjoy dressing up, but they want a reason to dress up. And we were at drama class the other day. There was a couple of them chatting and they've decided that there's a little trio of them and they've decided they're going to go as Peter Pan, Wendy and Tinkerbell. And I'm like, but where are you going? We don't know yet.
so they're dressing up, but also none of them are they going as like the scary Halloween version of those characters? No, they're just dressing up as Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and Wendy.
Like, that is
I don't think they're quite understanding the concept of dressing up for Halloween.
But you see, that's the thing. Now, not everybody does. Like, it's like that line in Mean Girls, you know, you think it's like you have to dress up spooky and horrible, but actually it's all about being really pretty and just dressing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favourite thing about Halloween is I do love Halloween. I love October. It's my favourite month of the year. Love it all. But then once Halloween hits, it ends in the 1st of November and I start watching my Christmas movies. So that's why I get very excited.
Oh my God. So you're going to be watching the Christmas movies, literally? Oh, Lauren.
I start from the 1st.
I keep forgetting about this about you. What
I love it.
ridiculous
Right.
nonsense.
So I've got this
Okay,
Halloween
Halloween
quiz. I
quiz.
think you'll ace this.
Well,
Okay.
right,
How
here
many
we go.
questions have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8. How many questions do you think you're going to get right?
4.
Oh, you're very hard on yourself.
I'm tired and overworked. My brain's not working.
I think you're going to get 5.
Go for it.
Okay.
Well, you've got as much confidence in me as I have in myself. Right, go on then, cheeky big slabber.
So, what was the original title for Hocus Pocus going to be? Disney's Hocus Pocus, which is a film I know you love.
I do love it, but I don't know what the original is.
No?
I put a spell on you.
No, that would have been a good title, though.
Yeah. Hocus Pocus. I don't know. No idea.
Halloween House.
Rubbish. Hocus Pocus is much better.
Yeah. That would not have worked at all.
Yeah. I still don't understand why there isn't a theatrical stage version of Hocus Pocus. It
Maybe
makes
one day.
no sense.
The song we all know and love.
Although we've just mentioned that on the pod now, so it's bound to happen.
Of course. See, they're currently in production of Hocus Pocus 3.
Oh, happy days! I did like the second one. We've talked about this in the pod. We were dubious, weren't we? And then we enjoyed it.
And Hannah Waddingham is going to be reprising her role.
Yeah, she was class.
Who sang the original song? We did the mash. We did the monster mash.
The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash.
Well done.
No idea.
Okay.
No idea.
Bobby Pickett.
Who is Bobby Pickett?
The original singer of the Monster Mash.
Right.
Okay. Now, you should get this. What vegetable were originally used for jack-o'-lanterns? So now people use pumpkins, but what were...
I was about to say pumpkin.
That's shameful. And where you live, that is shameful. Think back to whenever you were younger.
Where I live, not shameful.
What vegetable was used before?
Turnip.
Well done!
I think we maybe carved a turnip once upon a time.
Of course we did, because pumpkins are just new American things.
Yeah, okay.
Where then did Halloween originate?
Oh, it wasn't Salem, was it? In America.
Oh my gosh.
No?
You're rubbish at Halloween.
I told you I would be rubbish.
Do you not do Halloween
Amsterdam.
quizzes in your class?
Why would you?
Okay. Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Ireland, Timothy.
It originated in Ireland?
Yes.
What? No.
Yes.
Where are you getting your sources from?
That's where it originated from. Halloween originated in Ireland.
What's the
and
background
that's why
story
it's
to
turnips.
that?
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you. What is the Irish word for Halloween?
Hallow.
No, but I can see why you think that.
No idea.
Okay, it's called Samhain, and you spell that Samhain.
Yeah.
Okay, and that marked the end of harvest and the beginning of winter. And like Old Hallows Eve, whenever like it's a little bit spookier and it's an old Celtic sort of tradition. But yeah, it all originated in Ireland. So
then did Salem just like hijack the whole witch trial thing?
Well, you think about it, a lot of Irish.
Of course they did. They emigrated to America.
There you go.
So the original witches were Irish?
Yes.
Oh. Was that why they were accused of being witches then? Because they like came into America and they were like, oh, those Irish, they're witches.
No,
Beware
I
of
don't
them.
think so.
Okay. Because that wouldn't be okay.
You remember that Irish word, sewing? And I bet you'll see it. You'll see it because it is advertised at the minute in our drives and our journeys. Anyway, which contemporary musical features the song? It's obviously a Halloween-y one. The Whole Being Dead Thing.
Whole Being Dead Thing. Oh, that's Book of Mormon. No, The Whole Being Dead Thing.
Rubbish.
Don't tell me. I have to get the musical theatre question right. The Whole Being Dead Thing. That's not even the tune, is it? The Whole Being
You're
Dead
close.
Thing. Oh, it's Beetlejuice.
Well done. Yeah. Well done.
Oh, thank goodness. I maybe answered that question far too quickly.
No. Okay. Well,
I was thinking spooky Mormon hell dream.
oh, that's what you were.
That's what I was
thinking of,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another musical theatre quiz, and the penultimate
Quiz or question?
question. Sorry. What is the Wicked Witch's full name in Wicked?
The Wicked Witch's full name in Wicked. Elphaba something something Throp.
Well, I'm just going to give you the point for Elphaba Throp. Well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you.
Go you. Okay. And then this is the last question. What is the most famous musical theatre dance usually danced at Halloween or really any parties?
Oh, it's normally the time warp, isn't
Well
it?
done. Oh,
Thank you.
do you know how many you got right?
4.
4.
I was right.
I can't believe you didn't know that Halloween was invented in
Ireland?
yeah.
Never heard
Originated
that
from-
in my life.
You've heard of like banshees and all of those. You know that they come from Ireland.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
Irish.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's fine. That's okay.
Well, thank you for that.
Touche glista. Touche glista.
What does that mean?
I am smart. In
I'm not
Irish.
that smart. People have been telling me that for years.
So there's
that
my
from?
Halloween quiz, and this is the part where I bow out of this episode because it's too freaky and I can't carry on.
No, I am coming up with questions in my head for you now.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I do.
No.
Listen. So, you've seen the film. I've seen the musical.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk our Happy Halloween special. I meant to say our Happy Halloween Christmas special. What? Our Happy Halloween special is Carrie the Musical. On a scale of scary, like 1 being it was like butterflies and rainbows, and 10 being literally you couldn't breathe with fright. Where's Carrie on that list, on that scale for you?
So I watched it during the day at a friend's house. So again, not in a very comfortable setting, because I wasn't at home. So, and it was during the day. So
I
it
was going to
shouldn't
say,
be.
during the day
yeah.
shouldn't be
No,
that scary.
I was 8.
Were you an 8?
I was an 8.
Okay. I mean, I saw the musical, so the scary factor wasn't like that scary. More disturbing. I was more disturbed by this than I was scared.
Yeah, a lot. That is kind of Carrie. It's more like it's, her powers and then what she does with those powers.
Yeah.
It's all that like sinister. It's sinister feeling, but I still don't like it.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not like it's sinister, but it's really got a really happy ending.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed my evening at the theatre, but I didn't walk away like fulfilled in any way. I was kind of glad to be coming home for a cup of tea.
Yeah.
So, Carrie the Musical, with book by Lawrence D. Cohen and lyrics by Dean Pritchford and music by Michael Gore. It's based on Stephen King's novel and integrates elements of the 1976 film that we were just talking about. The musical focuses on Carrie White, an awkward teenage girl with telekinetic powers, whose lonely life is dominated by a repressive religious fanatic, mother, Margaret. When she is humiliated by her classmates at the high school prom, she unleashes chaos on everyone and everything in her path out of vengeance.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it was inspired by this music, like to turn it into a musical, was inspired by 1981 performance of Alban Berg's opera Lulu.
Oh, okay.
Lawrence D. Cohen went to see the opera.
Oh, okay.
And he actually had written the script for the 1976 film version. And he was like, that would make a really good musical. So he got Michael Gore on board and they began to work on it as a musical. Gore then brought his Fame collaborator, Dean Pritchford, in to work on the project, which underwent numerous rewrites. It also blows my mind that the people who wrote Fame this Carrie the Musical.
I know.
I'm going, okay, those are two projects that have no correlation at all.
But what I did find really interesting was that, so Dean Pitchford, as you said, and Michael Gore, they are a writing duo.
Yeah.
So Pitchford did the screenplay for Footloose.
Yeah.
And it does freak me out. Whenever I was listening and like researching this musical, it really gave me a extreme version of Footloose. I felt like there was
just how it sounded. Yeah.
How it sounded, and then I suppose the religion aspect of it and how that is so controlling on certain characters. I was like, that's interesting that there's that Footloose connection.
Yeah.
Also, Pitchford has won Oscars and Grammys as well as 2 Tonys.
Yeah.
So he's missing a wee Emmy there.
Yeah.
And wrote some songs for the Lizzie McGuire movie. That's the highlight of his career.
Honest to God, like, the facts that you pull out sometimes just blow my mind.
Oh,
Here we are talking our Halloween special, talking Carrie, blood, gore, destruction, and you pull out the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Because I need to.
Only you could, like, come up with something so random in this Halloween episode.
Because I need to find the light.
I do see you're a wee bit jittery tonight.
No, I don't like it. I really like it. And you notice, like, I keep moving my back because I'm afraid. Like, I just don't like it.
Lauren wants this to be our fastest, quickest episode ever, and I refuse. I will drag this out all it's worth. Also, really random and weird about this musical was it was produced by the Royal Shakespeare Company.
So strange.
It's so strange.
And I
all
feel,
of it's just a bit strange.
Yeah, and I think we need to say that from the beginning. Like, this musical is odd. The creation of it was a little bit strange.
Yeah.
And how it is still in the musical ether is all strange. It's like this musical literally went from being Broadway's biggest flop to one of its greatest cult successes.
I know. Well, yeah, and it also highlights the power of the people, I suppose, in a way. So it did first have a 4-week run beginning in February 1988 in Stratford-upon-Avon, because obviously if the Royal Shakespeare Company is producing it, that's where it had its first, it grew its legs. Where it received mixed reviews. Now, a lot of people would have to say that a lot of the fortunes of this musical were down to the next name I'm going to mention, who was the director, Terry Hans.
Yeah.
It was choreographed by Debbie Allen, which I thought was amazing I am a big Fame fan.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Debbie Allen was the original choreographer on this. And the cast also, this was the next thing that blew my mind, because I don't overly rate this musical.
Yeah.
But yet, in its origins, it had the Broadway veteran Barbara Cook involved.
Yeah.
It also had Charlotte de Ambos.
Ambos, yeah.
Yeah. And a young Lindsay Hitley in her debut role as Carrie. The massive, technically complex production featured pyrotechnics, lasers, automatic scenery, and a gigantic white staircase which would lower from the ceiling for the final scene of the show. So, like, they were going for it big time. But the production was plagued with lots of issues, script issues, technical problems. The crew were unable to douse Hitley in the fake blood without causing her microphone to malfunction. Now, that's what happens. Carrie goes to prom. Her horrible classmates set her up to become prom queen, and then they tip pig's blood over her head.
Yeah.
You kind of need that to happen.
Yeah.
in the show, whether her microphone malfunctions or not. Rewrites also continued to follow each show. The program even cited the song Once I Loved a Boy, which had been rewritten and retitled. So people were coming to see the show, had the program, and there was a number in the program that had been last minute rewritten and renamed. It was renamed When There's No One. But that wasn't in the program because, it was just, and this all happened prior to the first performance. Barbara Cook resigned.
Yes.
When she was nearly decapitated.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be where I would go, okay, let's pull the plug, let's go, let's stop. There's something not wanting us to carry on.
I think that elaborate white staircase had something to do with it. She did I thought this was hilarious when I read about it. She did agree to stay on until they found a replacement now.
Okay, well that was
good of her, the replacement, she actually ended up just doing the remainder of the Stratford-upon-Avon run. Yeah. Because it conveniently took the production team so long to find that replacement. But she was quite critical of the project, and she once stated, "It sounded intriguing and original, but the people in charge didn't know how to do a musical from scratch. Terry Hans," she said, "wasn't sure enough of himself to be ruthless, to cut the bad songs and to demand replacements. They had no idea about what a character should sing and wear."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of important for a musical.
It is. And have you seen any footage of the original?
No, thank you.
So this is a reason why Carrie has got this following. Is, as I mentioned before, it was a big cult success. It was the theatre lovers that then found this really poorly shot RSC version and just were like, watch this, watch this. So you don't have TikTok, but on social media, there are lots of little clips. And whenever I tell you, I was not sure what I was watching. I thought it was a fever dream. Yeah. There's people in white, like leotards, prancing about on this, what looks like scaffolding. And then there's people who are teenagers, like dressed. Honestly, it is so strange. Yeah. It is. So no wonder it didn't work. None of it looks right. It doesn't look like a professional production. Yeah. It looks like.
Was this the Stratford-upon-Avon one, or when it transferred to Broadway?
The Broadway, yeah. It is just mentally insane.
Yeah. It did, amazingly.
Yeah.
It did transfer to Broadway with an expense of $8 million, a huge cost at that time. The show officially opened in the Virginia Theatre on the 12th of May. However, there was nothing pretty about the murderous reviews.
No.
Causing financial backers to pull all the money out of the show. And unbelievably, this is insane, the show closed on the 15th of May after 5 performances.
Yeah, 16 previews and 5 regular performances. And this is what I think maybe helped it become a cult following, because it was the critics that despised it.
Yeah.
But yet positive reviews and comparisons to the Rocky Horror Picture Show came from audiences. So some audience members actually were giving it positive reviews and thinking, this is really like, Rocky Horror. But
it's so not like Rocky Horror, though. It's like chalk and cheese.
No. I just don't know whether or not maybe people were looking for something else alongside Rocky Horror at the time.
I mean, when you're given the title of, one of the most expensive disasters in Broadway history, I think people will automatically go,
yes, let me see it. Yeah. Let me see it. Interesting, though, that obviously it didn't last very long. From that, though, a book has been created, a podcast, and obviously there was the 2012 revised version, which played off Broadway, and a lot of people have praised that because the rewrites that were needed actually make it a little bit of a decent musical. But yes, the book is called So let me just find it. It was written in 1991 by Ken Mandelbaum, which
Chronicles
the
musicals.
history of Broadway flops.
Yeah.
And it's titled Not Since Carrie. And then
it's the title of the book about Broadway. Like, you'd be like, if this musical was a person, you'd be hiding behind the couch, wouldn't you?
I know. And then the podcast is Out for Blood. And it documents the whole creation and development. No,
Have you listened to it?
Didn't listen to it.
I was going to, and then I thought it might lead me too much.
Yeah.
In our discussion of the musical.
No. And the only other big thing about it is that I never watched Riverdale. But from researching, I discovered that actually they had 5 full-blown musical episodes.
Yeah.
And Carrie is one of them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They also did Heathers.
Yeah.
So I was like,
did they do Spring Awakening as well?
No. Well, maybe they did. No, they did Archie the Musical. Oh, I can't remember. But yes, that's made me then. That's also given me an idea for maybe we need to do episodes on the best TV musical episodes. Anyway.
The Broadway production also only had 3 technical rehearsal.
3?
Yeah. For a massively complex and technical show. They were supposed to have longer, but shipping issues delayed things, and instead of pushing back the previews, they just abbreviated the tech. Like, whose idea was that?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it just seems like this was definitely not meant to be.
It, like, the show's reputation, the story behind its difficult production and its limited run, it did create a passionate response from the fans with that, with the show gaining its cult. And it's because of that that I think people still probably talk about it.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think also it was maybe just too bizarre for the 1980s. Obviously, the 2012 rewrite. Definitely, people feel like that is the version that you should work off, and you shouldn't work off the original. But it's just that theatre nerds really preserved it and really got behind it. And we have talked about this the more that we do the podcast. There are certain musicals which survive because of people listening.
I know, but you don't want to hear boos at the curtain call.
No, definitely not.
And Ken Mandelbaum, who wrote that book, he quoted in the book describing how the boos were heard through the applause after the final song. And the New York Times wrote, the horror element for the novel and film did not translate to a Broadway stage where the musical numbers were dubbed as bubblegum pop. But Stephen King apparently did enjoy the performance. So, there you go.
It's obviously a high school story. I understand that. But I think maybe just again, the more that we're doing the podcast, the more that we are covering high school sort of musicals certainly that are set within that high school setting. It's got that cautionary tale, like you think of Mean Girls, it's a cautionary tale, and they're similar stories but different,
Also, their sound, they have a sound.
Yes.
And you hear the sound throughout them. Like you had said about this sounded very like Footloose.
Yeah.
Which sounds very like Mean Girls, which sounds very like Heathers, which sounds very like Fame to an extent. Do you know what I mean? These high school musicals, like they have a sound, don't they?
Yeah, 100%.
Which is quite interesting, I suppose.
And they all have these things of consequences of cruelty and isolation.
Yeah.
And that, I probably didn't learn anything particularly from the songs or the lyrics or anything
I would agree.
In Carrie. But definitely, I suppose, if you're looking at the story and what happens from the beginning to the end, how extremism, no matter what it is, doesn't work.
Yeah.
And also being cruel just for the sake of being cruel, it'll always have consequences.
Yeah. Will we talk about our musical lyrical lingos then?
Let's go.
Well, I was the same with you. It kind of just, again, lyrically, there's not a huge amount. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it does remind the listener you know, and it teaches that bullying, isolation, religious abuse, or fanaticism,
Yeah.
is that the right?
Yeah.
Is there a word? Fanaticism can lead to tragic consequences, but also it explores themes of identity, revenge, and the desire to be seen and loved.
Yeah.
You know, Carrie, there's such a desire there to be loved and wanted and cared for.
Yeah, I think it's that caring part. Her mum loves her in a way that is too extreme, you know, and feels that she's protecting her and you know, keeping her from exploring the real world, but that's not care, and that's not...
that's it. It highlights that devastating impact of being an outsider and showcases the destructive nature of both the bullying and that religious fanaticism.
Yeah.
Is Carrie a metaphor? You know, I kind of thought, is Carrie's telekinetic powers, could that be a metaphor for that anger and psychological trauma caused by the abuse?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
I mean, I was clutching at straws, Lauren, because
no, I know, because there wasn't...
I was like, where are the lyrics? What are the lyrics teaching me?
No, but I think it's definitely, that's probably why even the film and the Stephen King novel obviously are beloved as well by people who like all that. But like, as you said, love should always be conditional, and it shouldn't ever be out of fear. And I think there's a lovely bit where, you know, friends are trying to help her and trying to also see, or some of the teenagers are going, I maybe shouldn't have done that. And
There's
I think
one character, isn't there? Is it Sue?
Sue.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's okay to admit that you've done something wrong, but it's also, you need to be aware that it's never too late to show kindness, but just be aware that whatever you have done, it might be too late to prevent the damage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where
absolutely.
It's okay to go, I hold my hands up, I shouldn't have done that, but understand that actually your actions before that have hurt somebody, and they need to be processed as well. Just because you've said sorry doesn't make everything all right.
That's true.
But yeah, it's a weird one. I'm going to be honest, the music I found a little bit up and down, but I don't know if it was because I was listening to it as well, going, I don't like this, I don't like
listening
this,
to it.
I don't like this, I don't like this.
Yeah, what I would say musically, like there are some songs that stay with you. Like, and they're, you know, if you want a song to make an impact or to have an impact, I think The Boys did. And I'm going to put it out there. I would love Carrie to be given one of these up-to-date modern musical remakes. I would love to see the musical version done as a movie. Now, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the Prom style, you know, like, I would love to see it, because I do think it has like, I do think there's good, like, content here, and I do think some of the numbers are really good. There's some that are a bit pants, but I would love to see what they do with, like, a movie, horror, musical movie remake.
And that's maybe why the Riverdale episode worked really well for Carrie, because people you know, really rate that one, because it was teenagers sort of in that sort of setting doing it, scaling it back a little bit and not making it as extravagant as the theatre production tried to do. Yeah, like...
You mentioned in that setting, the first number's called In.
Yes.
And it's one of those typical musical theatre opening numbers where they introduce all of the characters and give them a brief, like, synopsis. You know, like, this is this person, this is what's going on, and this is how they feel about this person.
Heathers and Mean Girls.
Yeah.
You know, and I suppose if you had to, like, Mean Girls is, like, on the like rainbows, and even though it's not super rainbows, but it's on the more lighter side.
Yeah.
And then you've got Heathers, which is kind of in between because you've got that comedy, but there's also death and all of that too. And then you've got Carrie, so you've got one extreme to the other, but they're similar, yet different.
Yeah. Well, in a number, in the kids chant father, mother, preacher, teacher, failure.
Yeah.
And the children are, it just highlights how the children are so concerned or afraid of what people think of them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they're kind of showing they don't care as well. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was quite interesting, you know, father, mother, preacher, teacher, the superiors that they've mentioned, and the relationship with them feed this, and that's what brings that like kind of angsty tone to the show right from the because there is an angsty tone.
100%.
I think too much of an angsty tone in too many of the numbers for me, especially when you then get to Margaret's numbers, which are very full on,
heavy. I
also loved that they sing blah, blah, blah in the opening number because it just rang Spring Awakening for me because that's what they sing in blah, blah, blah. And again, it's that same idea of these young children, they're like, they're battling against the adults and blah, blah, you know, and they don't care. But I was like, oh, they're singing blah, blah, blah. And I love Spring Awakening.
I think as well, that is very of its time because I remember we spoke about it during Heathers. Heathers is very 80s and there's a lot of themes there which they were able to get away with because it was set when it was set. And I feel maybe that's the same where you've got father, mother, preacher, teacher. You know, nowadays a preacher is not going to have as much of an impact on a young person's life unless that's, you know, something that they've chosen to go to because not very many families are revolved around church anymore. So interesting that kind of time locks it a little bit, I think.
True. The first song that had an impact on me though was And Eve Was Weak.
Oh my gosh.
It's a weird song, but also now it would give you the heebie-jeebies just because it introduces Margaret.
Yeah.
And she's lecturing and being very full on with Carrie, and she sings, God made Eve from the rib of Adam, and Eve was weak, and loosed the raven on the world.
Yeah.
And the raven was called Sin.
Yes.
That's right from the Bible, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. The curse of blood, I was so confused. But the mother was actually referring to menstruation there. It just was weird.
Yeah.
Carrie's mum believes that women menstruate because of Eve's original mistake, which is an unhealthy source of intense guilt that she's trying to pass on to Carrie. It just was like a total mind.
And that is true. That is
what?
That is what women are told. Is women are told that is because Eve has sinned, and that is the reason why you have to suffer.
Who tells you that?
So many. Oh my goodness! So they live the life of a woman. 100%.
You're kidding me? What?
Yeah.
You're told that as a woman?
Yeah, and like certainly it is not the story that I would ever pass on to my children.
I'm sorry. Who is telling that is the reason to young girls?
That is a story that definitely certain members of communities would be telling.
Still to this day, Lauren.
Yeah. And the only reason that you do that is because of what Eve did, and that is your punishment.
It's a punishment?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I can't.
Yeah, so this is why all these important conversations we need to have with girls all around.
And don't be saying that.
Things like that. No.
Let's move on. The World According to Chris.
My favourite song.
Yeah, but honest to see when you've listened to it and you're like still humming it, like 3 days later.
Yeah.
Not my favourite song.
No, but there is the only song where I was like, okay, I like this song.
It's upbeat. It's upbeat.
I like this song. And also, I think I like it as well because it's one of those teenage songs where you're like, she's so horrible.
Yeah, but it's also not a good idea. Can we discuss? She sings, better to strike than be struck, better to screw than be screwed, better to punch than be punched, better to burn than get burned.
Yeah. And
is this good life lessons here, people?
No, but I also think that that's really telling of it. She says that it's her dad that teaches her this. And I don't think we ever at any point hear about her mum or hear, so she's being raised, with one viewpoint.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a big telling point of Carrie is that you need to have lots of different influences in your life to become a well-rounded person. I'm not saying you have to have a mum and a dad or you have to have one, you can't just have one parent, but you have to listen to your teachers, you have to listen to your peers, you have to listen and go and find the world for yourself and not just listen to what one person tells you all the time.
To be honest, it's not shining a good light on the parents.
No.
In the situation.
No, because they're
compared to, Chris's dad and Carrie's mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, doesn't look good for the parents.
No.
Does
but
it?
I think that Chris would be a really fun character for a teenage girl to sort of play.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. The curse of blood is still playing in my flipping head. I can't believe that is actually dialogue that happens.
Yep.
One of the songs, and it happens so at the prom, it's concocted that Carrie wins prom queen with Sue's boyfriend, who she's asked him to do her a favour and go to prom with Carrie because she knew it would make Carrie feel really good. They then have this song. I think it happens just after they've been announced, before the pig's blood and the destruction that follows. It's called Alma Mater.
Yeah.
So they sing, "Hail Alma Mater, O Mother, we salute you, we proclaim our devotion." We've had Alma Mater
I think so.
Was it Legally Blonde we had Alma Mater?
I think so.
It's basically a university, school or college that one formerly attended.
Yeah.
It's a very American thing, I presume, is it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all that I kind of lifted from it. It was,
just to think
heavy.
Those lessons of, you have to be understanding, teenage life is hard. Life is hard, but, just be kind to people, because there can be consequences whenever you're not. And there's massive consequences to everybody in that gym.
No, massively. But what a spectacle that could be if it's done really well.
And I did watch, again, it was on TikTok. I watched really, really recent, just that. It's called The Destruction, that last song, isn't it? Destruction. And it was just a local high school in America doing it. And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was and somebody going, oh my goodness, this is what Broadway should have done. This is because it was just really clean. And it was just a matter of lightning here and then the kids falling and then something happening over there and then falling and just seeing Sue looking through. It just, visually, it was great. And it was kind of scaled back, but also big and in your face too. I know that contradicts, but so I do think there's probably potential. Interesting thing though, it wasn't West End Live, but what was it? It was West End Comic Con at the weekend.
Yeah.
Somebody came out and sang Carrie.
Oh, is it going to happen?
Which hasn't been sung or done in, since 2012 really, but there's nothing been on.
Do you know what?
End?
Someone should do?
What?
A bit like Sweeney Todd in the Pie Shop. Do your Carrie in a gym hall.
Yeah.
With them on the bleachers either side and just do it all in there. The gym hall could be destroyed like it is at the end and kind of go from there.
Well, you've said it now, so it'll be
no doubt
be announced.
That's why I said it
tomorrow.
I would love to I would like to see it now.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Given a fresh. But why is it not touched? Because I think there is something there. I don't think the material is so atrocious that it's not salvageable, or you have to rewrite the whole thing.
No, and it's definitely done at like end of the 3 years. Some drama schools do it, and musical theatre schools do it.
No,
it's done in high schools.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And amateur, like amateur high schools, theatre groups, like I think it is quite popular amongst that.
Yeah.
I mean, the production I saw was a youth project and it was done brilliantly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I would love to see like big money, because you have to throw it in. Like you'd have to throw in the money to get that destruction. Do you know what I mean? I know. I want like debris and like like confetti and like all like the prom decorations like blowing out into the audience's faces.
I'm gonna send you that one that I seen, because I think that you'll appreciate how it's done and then go, actually that is pretty good.
Yeah.
But we've had this conversation before. Maybe there's some musicals which are just okay to live in the world, and maybe Carrie is just one of them.
No, but I want to see a professional. I want to see what is done with money.
No, I just don't think
I won't. No, obviously I won't be inviting you. Like, do you have any stand ovations,
just
Lauren?
The World According to Chris. I do really like that.
The World According to Chris. I do think the very end is good. I think it goes prom climax.
Yeah.
So that's when she's crowned. Then it goes into that alma mater, which is like almost like school choir vibes, and then into the destruction where all hell breaks loose. I also do like Dreamers in Disguise. I think that's a genuinely quite lovely love song. The Mother songs, although they might make you feel uncomfortable, I genuinely think they're quite good. They get that character across, and the fact that she is like proper Scaresville. So the Mother has an Eva's Week, and I remember how those boys could dance. Her backstory is interesting, I suppose, as well, but she just would scare the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, and I think that part, it's that extreme bit as well, is like us obviously not as far in Footloose, but I think that's where I was getting the similarities. But also, if you think back to like Colour Purple, those sort of like extreme moments of like, I think, well, it's abuse, it is like what's happening during one of those songs. So I think, they're powerful songs. And if they're put in the right hands, they would make you feel uneasy and uncomfortable, and they would be a stunning performance to watch. But I think you're right. There's just maybe something there that isn't quite molded together.
More scary or less scary than Sweeney Todd for you?
I'm going to say less scary.
Okay.
Because it's not scary. It's just uncomfortable.
Scary Carrie?
Yeah.
What, I don't know if I've asked you this before, or we've mentioned it on the podcast. What Halloween movie would you give the musical treatment to that isn't already?
Well, I suppose, like we said, Hocus Pocus needs to.
Yeah, that's off because I think we talked about it maybe in last year's Halloween episode, and that's the one that we said.
And it's so strange because like American Psycho has a musical.
Yeah, well that's for a future Halloween. Because did it recently have a Broadway revival? American Psycho, like, or was it London American Psycho?
London, I think it was.
I can't remember if it was London or Broadway.
Oh, see, I don't really watch scary movies.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what scary people are into.
What's scary? I think there's potential for Scream the musical.
See, I was going to say that, but then I was like, there's like 7 screens. So,
like, I think you could do a really good musical theatre number of like everybody just in a Scream mask, like a stage full of the Scream masks, like doing a tap routine.
But then to me, that's funny.
Yeah, but that's maybe what we need to do. Like, just take all these scary movies and just give it the like funny musical theatre treatment.
Oof. No, I think it would need to be more like a psychological one.
Yeah,
like
Saw.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Maybe some.
Saw the musical.
Oh, saw them. Oh my gosh, even that. Like, no.
I did watch an episode, like one of the Saws, and went, I will never watch the rest of the 2,400 versions of there are.
No.
Disgusting.
Like, how I know what you did last summer. Like, could you do that?
I've never seen that.
So that they kill a man, and then a year later he comes back and kills them off, like one by one.
Oh, lordy days.
And there's like a new one out this year where the original characters are like parents of, I don't know, I don't watch scary movies. Anyway.
You let us know, listeners, what...
Let Timothy know, because I'll be afraid.
Because obviously our back catalogue of scary movies isn't that vast, is it?
No, definitely not.
Maybe our
like
listeners will be much more... Yeah, they might be more knowledgeable in the realms of thriller and horror movies, and they can tell us a bit better suggestions.
Why don't we just turn like Sabrina the Teenage Witch into a musical?
Oh, for goodness sake, it's not horror.
Well, they made a scary version of it.
Was it scary?
On Netflix. Well, I couldn't watch it.
But Lauren, you're not a good person to like gauge all of these things on.
I know.
But like me, like don't ask me.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm sticking with that. I think Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the musical.
So that's your answer.
That's
then?
my answer.
Fair enough.
What about you? You're going
I
with
said
the
Scream. Yeah.
You're going with the Scream. Tap
right.
dancing.
Well, there we go. You've got through it for another year.
Thanks.
We will come back for round number 3, and we'll find out what the third. I know what the third one is, and it's a show I've done.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can't do it anytime soon because now we're approaching like Christmas season, so we can't do anything that makes me feel uncomfortable between now.
But we've kind of have we not like we've now done like most of, if not all of the Christmas musicals. So why not just substitute our Christmas episode for another?
There's no way we're doing that. Thank you very much.
Right. Okay. I've kept you long enough.
I have to go and like
watch your Christmas movie, you weirdo.
I can't.
Come back next week for something less scary.
Yeah, we're chill.
But another musical.
I know.
That had the power of the fan base.
I know. I'm actually really excited to talk about it because there is some connections as well.
And like we don't plan.
No.
Like literally we pick these musicals out of thin air randomly. I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked.
I know.
Listeners have no idea what we're talking about.
But come back next week and you will. You will. Thank you for listening. Bye. Go enjoy your Halloween.
Bye. Give us your scary laugh. Go.
Tune in as the memories grow.